5, 6, 7, 8, 10. What is the rent on Boardwalk with a hotel?
$2,000, please.
How much?
$2,000, please.
My goose is cooked. I have $35. That's not going to cut the mustard. I have 5 properties. So I'm going to have to pull an Abby. I'm going to have to mortgage. $100. $30. It's a big one. $90. Getting warmer. $100. $90. I'm done. I'm done. Like, you've won. I hope you're happy you have monopolized all of us. Yeah. Hey, thank you for taking the time to click on today's video. Well, you got to see it, the agonizing end for me, that moment in which I realized that my goose was cooked. I have now landed on the most expensive property, and not only the most expensive property, but the most expensive property with a hotel, meaning the most expensive rent, and I don't have the means to be able to pay it. I can't even mortgage my properties and have enough to pay the rent and still stay in the game. I'm completely done. And you know, when we think about it, the game of Monopoly teaches us really just about everything that we need to know about how to win the game of retirement. So very often as a financial advisor, as a fiduciary, I see people hoping that they're going to be able to use this. They're going to be able to land on the chance card. And that chance card is going to give them, I don't know, a bank favor in their, a bank error in their favor where they get $100 and they get to stay in the game. But the way you win the game of Monopoly is very simple. There is one basic tenet, and that is he or she that has the income wins the game. You see, everything on this board is something that you can own. It's an asset. And that asset can either be a liability for you or that asset can be a benefit. And if you have enough of these beneficial assets, these properties, and you focus on saving your money and buying and putting more effort into improving that property so that it's an income producing property, and you ultimately are able to overtake your opponents. You're able to receive more and more rent. Eventually, you're going to come to a place in which you have monopolized the rest of your opponents. Now, retirement is not about monopolizing your opponents. It's not about being better than your next door neighbor. But the same tenet and principle that helps you win the game of Monopoly can help you win the game of retirement. In other words, when you retire, it's not about what you're worth. It's about how much income you have. You see, it's not until the farmer is completely out of the ability of mortgaging property and getting a line of credit, where he can't pay his bills, that he is now forced into bankruptcy. He is now forced into taking and selling whatever little property he has left. It's not until the business owner is in a position where he doesn't have enough revenue coming in to cover his overhead and pay his employees' wages that he has to close the doors of his business and go out of business. It's not until the retiree has come to a place where they don't have enough income coming in during retirement to be able to cover all of their bills that their goose is officially cooked, as it were. When it comes to retirement, we need to understand that we are on the distribution phase of our life. And it is in this phase of our life that we need to focus our money to produce us income. Social Security is a wonderful investment. It's a wonderful spoke in your wheel of retirement, but it's only going to comprise about 40% of that wheel. And it's a wonderful benefit because it's a lifetime guarantee. But for most people, it's not enough. And what that means is that we need to take what we've been putting into our 401k and our 403b, we need to save and save as hard as we possibly can. We need to invest properly and with all intelligence so that we can grow those assets. But once we get to retirement, we should know already that Social Security is not going to be enough. And it's now going to fall on those other resources that we've worked to save to now supplement that Social Security and get us through the rest of our retirement. The struggle and the challenge is, how do I take what I have and turn it into income. Now, so many people treat their resources in their 401ks or their 403bs or whatever else they have, kind of like what Abby did here. Abby ended up taking and having to mortgage her property and flip them over, essentially sell it back to the bank in order to get money, in order to live and to survive and to stay in the game. And guess what? She beat me. I did have that opportunity, but it didn't go that direction for me. I didn't have enough properties. I didn't have enough income to be able to upset Crystal, the one who had the cash, the one that had the income, the one that had the income producing properties. So when we have resources in a 401k and a 403b, we don't want to keep that tool, which is a growth-based tool, and keep it in the distribution phase of our life, because in order to get income, we have to sell shares, like selling property. And guess what? You only have so many properties, you only have so many shares, and you don't get to control the price of those shares. So what's happening is you're cannibalizing your resources little by little by little. What exacerbates this is if we have a big major sell-off and the stock prices go down, now we have to sell even more. That's not income, that's a cash flow. So what do we need to focus on? We need to be able to reposition our money once we get within, say, 5 years of retirement and begin to focus very purposefully on creating income. The way she dominated the game was she had the income. She had the properties producing the income. And this is not to say, because people look at these videos and take it literally, I need to go out and buy rental properties. That could be a part of your overall retirement income spoke. But it's about investing your retirement dollars into things that are going to produce interest and dividend income, fixed income investments. And you know the irony here? Fixed income investments are very much like rental agreements with tenants. When you buy a bond, it is a contractual agreement between you and the corporation that they're using your money and they're having to pay you for the use of it, and when it matures, they have to give you all of your money back. So think about your retirement. Ask yourself, how are you playing this game? Are you setting yourself up to win this game so that you can win? You can have the income to do everything that you want to do. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you some food for thought. If you have, I appreciate the thumbs up. Share this with your friends. And if you like our little videos, believe that there's a little subscribe button over here that you can push, and then hit that little bell so you can be reminded each time we have a video that comes up. And remember, it's up to you to make today a great day. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Matthew Johnson.